Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to explore the transformative power of silence. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is a profound state of being that allows us to connect with our true selves, access deeper levels of consciousness, and unlock the infinite potential within us. Let's dive into 5 specific situations where embracing silence can catalyze remarkable change in our lives. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, we often find ourselves embroiled in conflict, whether it's a disagreement with a colleague, a misunderstanding with a loved one, or a clash of ideas in a broader context. In these moments, our natural instinct is often to react swiftly, driven by emotion and the desire to defend our position. Yet, in such circumstances, choosing silence can be one of the most powerful tools we have at our disposal. When conflict arises, the air becomes charged with tension. Voices may rise and misunderstandings can deepen. It is easy to get swept away in the heat of the moment. But this is where silence becomes essential. By stepping back and allowing a pause, you create space for reflection. Silence allows you to take a deep breath, both literally and metaphorically, helping you regain a sense of control. This pause is not about ignoring the issue at hand, rather, it is about recognizing that the most constructive response often comes from a place of calmness and clarity. In the silence, you can begin to observe your own thoughts and feelings without the immediate pressure to express them. This self-awareness is crucial. Often when we engage in heated exchanges, our focus shifts to winning the argument or asserting our viewpoint. However, silence enables us to listen to ourselves and to the other person. It invites us to step outside of our own perspective and consider the emotions and motivations driving the other party. This deeper understanding can pave the way for empathy, which is vital in resolving conflicts. Silence fosters clarity. When we are caught up in a conflict, our minds can become clouded with emotions like anger, frustration, or fear. These emotions can distort our perception of the situation, making it difficult to see the facts clearly. By choosing to remain silent, we allow those intense feelings to settle. In that quietude, insights can emerge that may have been obscured by the chaos of the moment. You may realize that the issue at hand is not as monumental as it seemed, or that there are commonalities between your position and that of the other person. This clarity can transform the conflict from a battleground into a space for dialogue. Silence cultivates patience. In a world that often prizes quick reactions and immediate resolutions, taking a moment of silence may feel counterintuitive. Yet true resolution often requires time. Patience nurtures a mindset open to collaboration rather than competition. By waiting and allowing the tension to dissipate, you demonstrate a commitment to finding a solution that honors both perspectives, rather than merely seeking to assert your own. This approach not only promotes mutual respect, but also lays the foundation for more constructive interactions in the future. Choosing silence in the midst of conflict can also serve as a powerful example to others. When you respond to a heated situation with calmness and thoughtfulness, you model a behavior that encourages others to do the same. This can create a ripple effect, promoting a culture of dialogue and understanding rather than one of defensiveness and aggression. Your choice to be silent may inspire others to reflect before they react, leading to more productive conversations. In practical terms, cultivating this ability to remain silent in conflict can take practice. It may require you to develop techniques such as deep breathing or mindfulness exercises that help you pause and ground yourself in the moment. Establishing these habits can prepare you for conflicts when they arise, allowing you to respond with intention rather than impulse. As you build this skill, you'll likely find that your capacity for empathy increases, your understanding deepens, and your relationships become more resilient. The choice to embrace silence during conflict is an act of empowerment. It shifts the focus from immediate reactions to thoughtful responses, transforming a potentially destructive situation into an opportunity for growth and understanding. By consciously choosing silence, you reclaim your power, inviting clarity, patience, and empathy into the conversation. It's a reminder that in the midst of turmoil, the most profound solutions often arise from a place of stillness. So the next time you find yourself in a conflict, remember the power of silence. Allow it to guide you toward understanding and watch as it transforms not only the situation at hand, but also your approach to conflict in the future. Embracing silence is not a sign of weakness, it is a testament to your strength and your commitment to fostering deeper connections with those around you. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, and at times we can find ourselves overwhelmed by emotions. Whether it's the stress of work, personal challenges, or unexpected changes, these moments can feel consuming, leaving us feeling lost and disoriented. In such circumstances, practicing silence can be an incredibly powerful way to navigate our emotional landscape. Embracing silence allows us to process our feelings, regain our sense of self, and ultimately transform chaos into calm. When emotions surge, they can create a whirlwind of thoughts and sensations within us. This internal chaos often leads to reactive behaviors, snapping at loved ones, making impulsive decisions, or spiraling into anxiety. Instead of letting those emotions dictate our actions, taking a moment to embrace silence can provide the space we need to understand what we're feeling. In silence, we can tune into ourselves, allowing our thoughts to settle and our emotions to surface without judgment. This introspection can be the first step toward clarity. During times of emotional overwhelm, it's easy to feel as though we're at the mercy of our feelings. However, silence offers a refuge where we can observe those emotions without becoming entangled in them. By simply sitting quietly and acknowledging what we feel, whether it's sadness, anger, fear, or frustration, we begin to create a distance between ourselves and our emotions. This separation allows us to explore the root causes of our feelings, helping us identify whether they stem from external circumstances or internal beliefs. Recognizing this distinction can empower us to respond more constructively. Silence encourages self-compassion. When we're feeling overwhelmed, we may be our own harshest critics, berating ourselves for not handling situations better. In the midst of emotional turmoil, taking the time to be silent and gentle with ourselves can be incredibly healing. Instead of rushing to judgment, silence invites us to offer ourselves kindness. We can ask ourselves questions like, what do I need right now? Or how can I support myself in this moment? This shift in perspective can transform self-criticism into self-care, allowing us to nurture our well-being. Silence helps us to breathe. In moments of emotional distress, our breathing often becomes shallow and rapid, which can exacerbate feelings of anxiety or panic. By consciously choosing to be silent and focusing on our breath, we can cultivate a sense of calm. Deep, intentional breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation and reducing stress. This physiological response not only helps to soothe our immediate emotional state, but also equips us with the tools to face whatever challenges lie ahead with a clearer mind. As we practice silence, we also create the conditions for insight to arise. In the quiet moments, our intuition has a chance to speak. Often we are so caught up in the noise of our thoughts that we overlook our inner wisdom. By allowing ourselves the space to be silent, we become more attuned to our instincts and insights. We may discover solutions to our problems or gain new perspectives that we hadn't considered before. This process of introspection can lead to powerful realizations about ourselves and our circumstances, helping us navigate our emotional landscape with greater ease. Silence also fosters connection. When we take time to be silent and reflect, we become more present, not just with ourselves, but with those around us. In moments of emotional turmoil, we may find ourselves withdrawing or lashing out, but silence can serve as a bridge to deeper understanding. By processing our emotions internally, we prepare ourselves to engage more meaningfully with others. We can approach conversations with empathy and compassion, recognizing that everyone has their own struggles and emotional battles. Practicing silence during overwhelming times can also be a proactive strategy for emotional resilience. It encourages us to develop tools that allow us to cope with stress before it becomes too overwhelming. By incorporating regular moments of silence, whether through meditation, mindfulness, or simply sitting quietly with our thoughts, we build a reservoir of calm that we can draw upon during challenging times. This practice fosters a greater sense of emotional stability, enabling us to face life's ups and downs with confidence. Embracing silence when overwhelmed by emotion is a profound act of self-care. It allows us to process our feelings, cultivate self-compassion, and reconnect with our inner wisdom. In those moments of stillness, we can transform chaos into clarity, confusion into understanding. The power of silence lies not only in its ability to soothe, but also in its capacity to empower us to respond to life's challenges with grace and resilience. By choosing silence, we reclaim our ability to navigate our emotional landscape, creating a path toward healing and personal growth. So the next time you find yourself overwhelmed, remember that in the silence you can discover the strength and clarity you need to move forward. Change is an inevitable part of life, yet it often brings feelings of uncertainty, fear, and anxiety. Whether it's a new job, a relationship transition, or a significant life shift, the experience of change can leave us feeling unmoored. In these moments, embracing silence can be a powerful strategy to help us navigate the tumultuous waters of change. By cultivating silence, we create space to reflect, process, and ultimately embrace the opportunities that change brings. When faced with change, our initial response may be to cling to the familiar. We often resist the unknown, fearing what it may bring. In these moments of anxiety, silence becomes a sanctuary, place where we can step back from our swirling thoughts and emotions. By allowing ourselves the time and space to be silent, we can observe our reactions to change without judgment. This practice encourages us to confront our fears directly, rather than allowing them to dictate our responses. In that stillness, we can begin to understand the underlying reasons for our resistance, which is the first step toward acceptance. Silence helps us gain clarity about the change itself. When we are engulfed in noise, whether it's the opinions of others, societal expectations, or our own racing thoughts, it can be challenging to see the situation clearly. By choosing to embrace silence, we create an opportunity to reflect on the change from a more objective perspective. We can ask ourselves questions like, what does this change mean for me? Or what opportunities might arise from this situation? In that moment of quiet reflection, we can begin to identify the potential benefits of the change, transforming our perspective from one of fear to one of possibility. In addition to providing clarity, silence fosters a deeper connection with our intuition. Often in the chaos of change, we overlook the quiet voice within us that holds wisdom and guidance. Taking the time to sit in silence allows us to tap into that inner knowing. We can cultivate a sense of trust in ourselves and our ability to navigate the unknown. As we listen to our intuition, we may discover insights that help us embrace the change rather than resist it. This process not only empowers us, but also enhances our ability to make decisions that align with our true selves. Another benefit of embracing silence during times of change is the cultivation of resilience. Change can be disorienting, and it often tests our emotional strength. By incorporating moments of silence into our routine, we build a foundation of calmness that we can draw upon during challenging times. Regular practices such as meditation or mindful breathing can enhance our emotional resilience, equipping us to face change with confidence. Instead of being overwhelmed by uncertainty, we develop a sense of inner stability that allows us to navigate the ebb and flow of life's transitions. Silence also encourages patience, an essential quality when facing change. In a world that often pushes us toward immediate action and quick resolutions, taking a moment to be silent can feel counterintuitive. However, embracing patience allows us to process the emotions and thoughts associated with change more fully. We learn to sit with discomfort rather than rushing to resolve it. This patience can lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our needs during times of transition, fostering a more thoughtful and intentional response. Silence can facilitate connection with others. When we are in the midst of change, our focus can often become inward, making it easy to lose sight of those around us. By practicing silence, we open up the opportunity to engage in more meaningful conversations about the change we're experiencing. It allows us to share our thoughts and feelings in a calm and thoughtful manner, fostering deeper connections with those who may be going through similar transitions. This shared understanding can create a supportive environment where we can all navigate change together. As we practice embracing silence, we also learn to cultivate gratitude. In the midst of change, it's easy to fixate on what we might be losing or the uncertainties ahead. However, moments of silence can prompt us to reflect on what we have gained and the new possibilities that lie ahead. By fostering a mindset of gratitude, we can shift our perspective and recognize that change often brings opportunities for growth and learning. This shift not only enhances our emotional well-being, but also opens us up to the abundance that life offers. Ultimately, embracing silence during times of change is an invitation to transform our relationship with the unknown. It encourages us to approach change with an open heart and mind, recognizing that while uncertainty can be daunting, it is also a fertile ground for growth. By choosing to be silent, we create a sanctuary for introspection, clarity, and connection. We cultivate resilience and patience, allowing ourselves to navigate change with grace and confidence. So the next time you find yourself facing a significant change, remember the power of silence. Embrace it as a tool for self-discovery and empowerment. In those quiet moments, you will find the strength to accept the new path ahead, transforming what once felt like a disruption into an opportunity for personal evolution and growth. The journey of change may be challenging, but with silence as your ally, you can move forward with assurance, embracing the beauty of what lies ahead. In our fast-paced world, we often find ourselves searching for answers amid the noise and chaos of daily life. Whether faced with a major decision, a personal dilemma, or simply the challenges of everyday existence, we frequently look outside ourselves for guidance. Yet the most profound insights and answers often lie within us. Embracing silence can be a powerful practice that enables us to tap into our inner wisdom, fostering clarity and understanding that external sources cannot provide. When we are caught in the whirlwind of thoughts and distractions, it becomes difficult to think clearly or recognize the core issues we are grappling with. The constant influx of information, opinions, and noise can drown out our inner voice. In these moments, choosing silence creates a much-needed pause, allowing us to step back and disconnect from external influences. This act of withdrawing into silence is not about avoiding our problems, rather, it is about creating the space to truly listen to ourselves. In that silence, we can begin to engage in self-reflection. By simply sitting quietly with our thoughts, we give ourselves permission to explore our feelings without the pressure of immediate action or response. This introspective practice can help us identify what truly matters to us, what we desire, and what fears may be holding us back. Instead of allowing external circumstances to dictate our decisions, we become more attuned to our own values and needs. This clarity can guide us toward choices that resonate deeply with our authentic selves, ultimately leading to more fulfilling outcomes. The silence allows us to process our emotions. When we face challenges or uncertainties, we often experience a range of feelings: fear, confusion, frustration. Instead of reacting impulsively, embracing silence gives us the opportunity to sit with these emotions, acknowledging and understanding them. In this quiet space, we can begin to discern which feelings are valid and which may be exaggerated by anxiety or external pressures. This emotional processing is essential for making informed decisions. By understanding our emotions, we empower ourselves to respond rather than react, approaching situations with a sense of clarity rather than confusion. In addition to fostering self-awareness and emotional processing, silence enhances our capacity for intuitive thinking. Intuition is that subtle inner knowing, a gut feeling that often guides us in times of uncertainty. However, intuition can easily be overshadowed by the noise of our thoughts and the opinions of others. By embracing silence, we create the conditions for our intuition to emerge. In these moments, we may find that answers arise spontaneously, or we may experience a shift in perspective that helps illuminate the path forward. Trusting this intuitive voice can lead us to decisions that feel more aligned with who we are and where we want to go. Another benefit of cultivating silence when seeking answers is the ability to engage in deep listening, not just to ourselves, but to the world around us. In silence, we become more attuned to our environment, noticing subtle cues and insights that we may have overlooked amidst the noise. This heightened awareness can lead to new ideas or solutions that we hadn't considered. Often, inspiration strikes in moments of quiet when our minds are free from distractions, allowing us to connect the dots in ways that are not possible when we are rushed or preoccupied. Silence invites a sense of patience into the decision-making process. In our fast-paced society, we often feel pressured to arrive at quick conclusions or to act immediately. However, some of life's most important decisions require time for reflection and contemplation. By embracing silence, we can cultivate the patience necessary to weigh our options thoughtfully. This pause allows us to consider the long-term implications of our choices rather than getting caught up in the urgency of the moment. With this patience, we can navigate complex situations with a sense of calm and assurance. As we practice silence in our quest for answers, we also foster a greater sense of trust in ourselves. When we take the time to listen to our inner voice and reflect on our experiences, we build confidence in our decision-making abilities. This trust is essential for personal growth. It encourages us to take risks, explore new opportunities, and step outside of our comfort zones. With each decision made from a place of inner clarity, we reinforce our belief in our capacity to navigate life's challenges. Embracing silence can lead to a profound sense of peace. In a world filled with distractions and demands, moments of quiet can serve as a refuge, allowing us to recharge and reconnect with ourselves. This inner peace is invaluable, as it cultivates resilience in the face of uncertainty. When we approach life's challenges with a calm mind and a clear heart, we are better equipped to handle whatever comes our way. The practice of embracing silence when seeking answers is a transformative journey towards self-discovery and clarity. By stepping away from the noise of the world, we create the space necessary for introspection, emotional processing, and intuitive insights. Silence allows us to engage in deep listening, fostering patience and trust in ourselves. As we cultivate this practice, we empower ourselves to navigate life's complexities with grace and assurance. The answers we seek are often found not in the cacophony of external voices, but in the stillness of our own hearts and minds. So the next time you find yourself searching for clarity, remember the power of silence as a gateway to profound understanding and personal growth.